Nail that, would you?
Welcome back to Talkin Shop with Cal. We're back in the tire garden again here, and my first episode of Talkin Shop was for carburetors. Just a little bit of my opinions and personal insight into using what I like best for stock Chevy applications. We're going to move right along to episode 2 here, talking intake manifolds. I'm a bit of an intake manifold connoisseur myself. I've got 15 or 20 of them in there, something like that. I collect single planes and dual planes, aluminum stuff. My buddies bug me about the wall of intakes. I've got a shelf dedicated just to my pile of intake manifolds. So I love a good intake. I love talking intakes. So maybe I can bore you guys a little bit with this video and my opinions on this stuff. I'll post a better picture of the thumbnail. That's all my intakes in a big pile. I'd made it look super ugly so all you guys would bug me about breaking off aluminum chunks and scraping up and hurting my intakes. So go ahead and feel free to comment about the picture. We're going to start though today with what I got in front of me. I've got pretty much your standard array of different intake styles for a small block Chevy here, and we will start, I think, from right to left. I might jump around, but this guy over here, everyone knows what this is. This is your stock cast iron Chevy small block intake. This one's actually from a marine application, which was a throttle body swirl port style head to a carburetor. This is a factory GM part with the offset center bolt holes to run a carburetor intake on throttle body cylinder heads. It came out of a 90s Merc Cruiser 305 or something like that. A boat with an inboard small block basically. My buddy was going to throw it into scrap, so I just took it from a scrap pile. He said for the $2 in scrap he was going to get, I might as well keep it. So I love these just as much as any other intake. And a lot of guys hate them because they're heavy and they don't necessarily flow well. But I will post a little video here of a 350 I have in my shop that's all painted up and powdered up with a stock early cast 4-barrel intake. The early ones don't have an EGR port like this one. It's got EGR, and they also don't have an exhaust port. They're really clean. So I'll do a close-up on that and you can kind of see why I like them the best. I like them the best because when you're putting them on, you never have hood clearance issues. Everything bolts up to them really nice. A Quadrajet, which is my favorite carburetor, as you can see from the earlier videos. They just look really clean when they're painted up on a stock engine, in my opinion. And the stuff I make's not making anything more than 300 horse, if 250 horse. So I might as well have something that looks really sweet. Then again, you know, a lot of guys prefer this and that. I like a good stock early intake. Later ones that have EGR ports and have heat choke ports, I pretty much throw in the scrap bin, and one day we'll run out of them and everyone will be mad at me for throwing them all away. But that's for a future problem. As for that, I keep stuff like this one because you don't come across swirl port to carburetor intakes that often for free, so I decided I better keep one on the shelf, even though I probably won't ever use it, but good to have anyways. So stock intakes, if they're early, big thumbs up from me. We'll move to this here. This is your standard 2101 Edelbrock Performer dual plane. It's not a high rise, it's just your standard low deck dual plane. Dime a dozen. If you see an Impala or a Camaro or a Chevelle at a car show, they probably have one of these on it with a chrome air cleaner and chrome valve covers. They're kind of the industry standard for an aftermarket intake. They flow fine. On a stock engine, you're not going to notice any difference between a stock cast intake and this Performer, really. This one has a spread bore intake, which is kind of nice. So you can still run a Quadrajet on it, but I'd go ahead and say if you're putting this kind of parts on, you might as well run a Holly or something like that, just because. Otherwise, just keep your stock intake. It's not going to make a power difference that you notice on the street in a stock engine, necessarily. I like them. They're a lot lighter than the cast iron one. I'm not even going to try hurting my back picking up the cast iron one to compare. But Performer, just a good intake manifold. I'm a big fan of them. I run them on the odd thing that I really care about, and they're kind of at least here locally, you can kind of pick them up for that $200, $250 used price point, which is not bad, I'd say. If you're on a budget, there's nothing wrong with the cast intake though. And if you're on a budget, there's nothing wrong with something like this. This isn't a great example of a single plane, but it is a single plane nonetheless. This is an old Offenhauser intake. I've got 3 or 4 of these things. They're all different part numbers and they're all really ugly and weird, and I love these things. I love a good Offenhauser just because they're weird and different, but I'll do a video on Offenhausers on a different day. Today we're going to talk about single planes with this, which means the runners all are on the same level surface. The air feeds to all the ports kind of in an equivalent pattern. There's no stepping up or down with runners. Single planes are usually a lot cheaper than a dual plane intake manifold because they don't make as much power down low for street driving. But I'd go ahead and say on a 200 horsepower stock 350, whether you're running this or this or this, you aren't going to feel a difference in your pedal. Of the 40 some that I've run on the streets, I've felt virtually no difference. A good carburetor makes the difference. Again, you can find single planes usually cheaper than a dual plane, but even then, they're kind of neat. If I got something weird and old that I'm putting a small block into, running an Offenhauser intake and some finned valve covers or something, or a triangle air cleaner, that kind of thing, I like them because they're weird. They're weird. It's kind of that so ugly it's cool sort of thing going on. This over here is an RPM Performer intake, which is a high-rise dual plane. You can see probably in the video a little bit. It's quite a bit, it's like noticeably taller, about an inch taller carburetor plate height. These are, I find, actually you might notice a little bit of a difference in improvement on the street is you only got to watch your hood clearance. Of course, in a square body truck it doesn't matter, you've got acres of room, but in a car and stuff like that you might have run into hood clearance issues running a high-rise RPM dual plane like this. That being said, I do like these a lot. I had one on a Suburban a while ago. It was a really nice intake, and they do flow good. You know, you kind of get a good mix of both worlds. Low RPM torque from a dual plane design and a little bit longer runners for some higher end kind of gains as well. They're a little bit more pricey. I think these run in the 500 range new, something like that. They don't come up used very often. I got lucked out and got this one used, but if I have something that's like a more decent small block, like an earlier 327 that has good compression ratio and stuff like that, this is probably a good intake to run on something like that. You know, you'll be getting near to that 300 horsepower mark probably with something that has some compression ratio in it. So again, great manifold. If I'm running one of these, I'm going to run a Holley carb on it for sure. And again, it's all your preference, right? I've had good luck with all of these. There's nothing wrong with them in my opinions. You're going to have, well, I know you guys are going to tell me in the comments about how wrong I am, and that's fine. You know, of the 40-some trucks that I've done, I've found that any of these will suit a street stock application in a truck or a car just fine. So I'd say go ahead, just like the carburetor episode, whichever one of these is cheapest or you like the best is probably the one to use on your application.